For the Shona people, it is a sacred instrument for the Shona people, which is used for calling ancestral spirits. We worship the Creator through the ancestors. So whenever people have problems, they brew beer, traditional beer made of finger millet, and elders make prayers because they are known to be spiritually clean and that they have no worries, they have seen it all. So whenever they make prayers, that brings big answers. So they lead the ceremony, Mbira music is played, everyone join in by clapping hands, playing rattle, dancing. So as time goes on, then the spirits would come, then we air our problems, and then we get our answer from the Creator to the ancestors. So besides used for calling ancestral spirits, there are shrines whereby they are there for the region or for the nation. This instrument is played almost every day. So whenever they see something that needs to be communicated to people, again they'll be playing this instrument and send messages to different places, and people would gather and then they'll be told what will be ahead of them. And usually this happens like at the beginning of every year, whereby people are told what is ahead of them, like if there's going to be drought or any bloodshed or any kind of sickness, then they will just warn people, like if there's going to be drought, they just want people to like grow the drought-resistant crops. This instrument again is used for healing sessions. Since it is a sacred instrument, the ancestral spirits work with it. So whenever there is one who is not well, the ancestors, they just work with someone quietly, and you find yourself healed, and you'll not be able to tell how you got healed. It's because of them who have been working secretly. Or even just listening to that music when you have problems or worries, if you are stressed, you just find your worries gone. How does that happen? Again, it's the role of the ancestral spirits. And this instrument again is used for entertainment purposes. Since people are used to this kind of music, they, if they visit, they buy beer from the beer halls and invite friends and play the instrument, and people dance and drink beer. So if the music is so exciting, the spirits might join and say, oh, we had this exciting music and we felt we should join you. So it also plays an important role in the entertainment of people's lives. And people might wonder how I came to learn this instrument, since it is rare for women to play Mbira in Zimbabwe. I was brought up in a traditional family. My mother is a traditional healer with 7 different types of spirits. So my brothers played for their healing sessions, and they had no intention of teaching me at all. So it happened that one day my second oldest brother was teaching his fifth brother how to play Mbira. And this fifth brother was failing to get what he was being taught. And I said to him, oh, we are being asked to play that key, the other one and that one. And my second oldest brother was happy with that and said, then I should teach you. Then he began to teach me, and I picked up the songs very fast. So little did I know that at such an age I'll be asked to play in ceremonies. I was in my 5th grade, I was 11 years. So one day my brother said, well, today I'm going to play in an all-night ceremony. Then I said, how is this going to happen since I'm young, I need time to sleep? And he said, we'll give you time to sleep. So there in a ceremony, I had a very big god, so I began to play Mbira. But this fifth brother who failed to pick up the songs he was being taught was now jealousy, and he would call me grandmother. And I didn't like that since I was very young. So I would hide my face in the god, it was so big. So people would not see who was playing Mbira, they would just see my feet. So the elderly people were like, got interested, to see who is playing Mbira. They would then come through the other side, and then they would look at my feet. So later on, I began to feel sleepy. I told my brother, oh, I want to sleep. And he said, you can go and sleep, but I'll wake you up. So he gave me 3 hours of sleeping, then he woke me up. Then I started playing again until morning. So as from that time, that was in 1982 up to now, I'm playing Mbira. So since this instrument is rare for women, we had just few women by that time. We had Mbira Stella Chweshe, Mbira Beulah Dioko, we had Irene Chigapa, Mbira Jenuchmi. Those are the women I knew. I think they were less than 10. Until there were so many men who play around. It was kind of hard for a woman to play Mbira, because in a ceremony, when they are being, the sitting arrangement is women sit on their own and men sit on their own. So finding a woman, just one woman sitting among men, it was kind of odd. But I was young and I would be seated among my brothers. I didn't really mind during that time. But my eldest sister didn't like that. And she also began to call me names. And I then was closer to my brothers than to my sister. Because my brothers encouraged me. And on the other side, my brothers were happy with me. Those who played Mbira. They were actually proud of me, and they would tell their friends that, oh, we have a sister who plays Mbira. But when it comes now to other Mbira players, to male Mbira players, it was sort of a challenge to see a woman playing Mbira. So it happened like one day when we went to the sacred shrine To those who just came in, I mentioned that we have like shrines whereby there are regional spirits which don't do only with the immediate family, but with the region as a whole or nation as a whole. So in such places, like if the traditional healers fail to cure somebody, they will refer that person to such shrines. So it happened that in such as one of the shrines, there was a 3-day ceremony, and I was now in my 7th grade. We went there, and there were so many Mbira players because many people would come for that ceremony. So I was called to play Mbira. There I sat with my board, I played. And there came a very strong man, very big man. He was a Mbira player. He just didn't like to see me play Mbira. He was seated among the crowd. He came and just took hold of my legs and said, "Oh, little girl, now you can go and play with others." So as I stood up and began to walk, the spirit said, "No, leave that girl. Let her play." So they called me back. I sat again and played, but he wasn't happy because, there are so many Mbira players that want to play and show that they can play very well. And yet, when you are playing like for the ancestors, it's not of competition or playing these fancy styles. It's more about your connection with the spirits, your connection with the Mbira spirit. If you don't have that connection, at times you can play very well, but no spirits will come. But there comes someone who has that connection. If he plays that simple songs, the spirits will come. So that is what was so much represented during that time. But at the same time, I had challenges as I grew up as a woman Mbira player. In ceremonies, they don't allow women who are on their menstrual cycle. You are not allowed to attend ceremony in such a state. Or if women are breastfeeding again, you are not allowed to get to ceremonies in such a state. So in some of the days, as a woman, I would like stop attending such ceremonies until my menstrual period was over. So that was a challenge. Also, as I grew up, then it happened that there is a challenge on the side of men, but women now on the other side, there's sort of competition again if they get to see each other, that this one plays and the other one plays. Instead of uniting and doing the same thing together, there's kind of competition. It happened that there was an American visitor who came to Zimbabwe in 1994 who actually wanted to visit the women Mbira players. She was directed to me, we played together, we recorded. Then she actually encouraged me to play with another woman Mbira player. So I went to meet her. So when she learned that I also play Mbira, she didn't like the idea of us playing together, because she thought like in high school she was the only one who played Mbira. She didn't like that. So she had her own group. She said to me, "Oh, if you want us to play together, then you have to pay me money." And she said a lot of things. Then I said, "I don't think I will pay you money because I played Mbira already. It has been so many years. I've been playing in ceremonies. Okay, I will go on my way." So surprisingly, that woman we met 3 years ago. She now came to me and said, "Oh, I heard that you are tourists. Can we play together now? Can we form a group?" Then I said, "Oh, it's too late." So those were some of the challenges I faced as I played as a woman Mbira player. Now, for the moment, I'm inviting my friends to join me play another song for you.
Hey, can I ask a question? I'd like to know, I'm very moved by your talking about the spiritual role of Mbira, and I'm wondering, did the spirits pick the Mbira as a way to communicate, or did humans decide this was the best way to communicate with the spirits, or what's the understanding of why the Mbira is a spiritual instrument?
That's a good question. The spirits actually give talents to people.
Okay.
They give talents of Mbira making. They also give talents to like playing of Mbira. Because even from long back, not everyone played Mbira, and there were so many people who tried to learn it, but they failed. But those who managed had a connection to the Mbira spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the spirit who actually worked with men and gave them this idea of making Mbira. And it is the same spirit again which worked with people and actually taught people how to play Mbira. There are so many people back home who did not learn Mbira from someone, but they had dreams.
Oh, okay.
And there are so many people who just like hear this Mbira music or a certain song playing in their mind,
Okay.
and when they try to Mbira, it comes out. So at first, you would think maybe you are smart, but as time goes on, the Mbira spirit actually would reveal, would show itself how they can cause an illness, and we believe back home that everything has a cause. Or they can cause like misfortunes to someone. So when you then go to traditional healers to find out why is somebody is always getting sick or having misfortunes, that's when you get the answer that, oh, there is a Mbira spirit which needs to be appeased. To those who like make Mbira, they are known to have the spirit called Shabere Umisha. If that spirit is not appeased when they get sick, the sickness will not go. But if the spirit is appeased, the sickness will go. And before Mbira, this came soon after early Iron Age, and this instrument has been used over 1,000 years ago. But before Mbira, we used to drum, and even up to now we drum. We have like certain types of spirits who, when we like want to call them, we have to play drums for them. So again, before Mbira, drums were used again as a way of communicating to the spirits and also as a way of communicating to the people. Like if they wanted to gather around, they would just beat drums, then they know that, oh, there's a message, people gather around. Again, when they wanted to call their spirits, they would drum after making prayers. And actually what happened with me later on, like I said, I learned playing Mbira in my 5th grade. When I was in my 9th grade, I had a problem with my wrist, this part of my wrist. Back home, when we are greeting others, we do the handshake. I couldn't greet someone in such a way. And again, writing at school was now difficult for me. So I stopped playing Mbira for a while. So we had bangles back home. Tony is putting on one of them. They do heal. So my mother said, put on that bangle, I think you'll be okay. But that did not work. So it happened that there was a ceremony one day, and there came the ancestral spirits, and one of them talked to my mother that, oh, you are looking at your data and think that that sickness will go. It will not go until you appease her Mbira spirit. You think she was the one playing all along. She wasn't her, but it's the Mbira spirit which went with her. So when my mother appeased that Mbira spirit, that sickness left. Yes.
So are do people now recognize that you have the spirit to do this?
The Mbira spirit, yes.
Okay.
How does it work with people? It doesn't possess. That one does not possess someone. But it's a spiritual talent which just works with, it's a spirit that just works with you.
Okay.
It makes you like the music, and it also connects you to the teacher. And when you learn the songs, you get them so fast. To others, if right from the beginning they just have dreams playing Mbira, then they start on the Mbira, then they get the songs. So as time goes on now, having played for a while, that spirit begins to teach you. You hear, as you play a song, you hear a variation that you have never played before. Then you try it on Mbira. Yeah, it comes out so well. You like it. Then at times you have dreams. Like the first song that I played before you came here, we played it yesterday, you can't remember. I have a brother who also plays that one. In fact, he's a cousin. But he didn't want to show it to anybody. It was kind of his song. He liked it. It was so beautiful. So it happened that one day I asked him when I was in my 9th grade that, can you please show me how to play this song? He played it the way that he made it so difficult for me. And I said, I give up. Then I stopped. So I went back to school. I was in a boarding school. 2 months after that, I had a dream playing that song. So I was attending a mission school. They didn't allow us to bring Mbiras. But the following morning, I just felt that if I had Mbira, I would play that song. But I had no Mbira. Then I forgot about it. A month later, that's when we closed schools. Then I went back home. sneaked into my mother's room where she does her healing sessions, took Mbira. In a few minutes, I was playing that song, and yet I failed to get it from him. So when he came like later on, I said, oh, now I can play that song. He thought I was joking. When I played for him, he was surprised. Then he said, oh, that shows the spirits wanted you to learn this song. And my brothers, my Mbira teacher, learned that song for me. And in a ceremony, that is one song they expected me to play what we call Kutsinira, the baking.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
Is it possible, or what will make you lose the talent if you have the talent?
Right.
Is it perpetual?
Is it the what?
Is it perpetual? Is it permanent?
What happens, you can be having a talent and you also can lose it. One, you become proud of yourself and you don't give credit to the Mbira spirit. When you come like to many people say, oh yeah, I play Mbira so I did such a thing, oh no one took me, I did such a thing. It's like you've been
Bluffing.
Yes. The spirits don't like that. When playing this instrument, you have to be humble and give credit to them. Then second thing, the spirits, they do not like you to live like a bad life. Because when you are working with spirits, you should be actually exemplary. Lead a good life. Like, for example, they don't like you to be engaged in prostitution. When you are sleeping with many men or sleeping out with many women, you will lose that spirit again.
Is Mbira symbolic name for the goddess that give that talent for one's ability to play so efficiently? I mean, is it an ancestral name?
What is the meaning of Mbira?
For Mbira?
You mean meaning of Mbira?
Is it something to do with
Meaning.
the ancestral spirit that gives this talent?
Yeah. It's the ancestral spirit who gives this talent, but the Mbira, they would call it Nare. Nare, which means cell phone. Or a form. Nare. Right. What?
Spirit is a form.
Nare is a form. Yes. So the other name for that is Mbira. Or the instrument, at times they would refer to this instrument as marimba. And I know we have like marimba here in the set which we teach like young kids, but they will be referring to this instrument. Yes.
Since traditionally the Mbira is a male instrument played by men, then are the traditional songs also meant to be sung by men?
It's a good question again. Back home, they divide everything between women and men, right? And on music, they say Mbira is played by men, women play hosho, as well as men play hosho, the rituals that Jennifer was playing. Women dance, women ululet, women sing. Men also clap the way Jennifer mentioned yesterday, which they call maja. Right. So it's the music is divided. Yeah.
I asked because I was wondering if you had to adjust vocally to sing songs meant for men, or if there were songs that women sing anyways, so that,
No, singing could be done by anyone. And when I was young, to be honest with you, I did not sing. Because of so many names I was called, I was shy. So I would hide my face and would not sing, but would just play. So my brothers then sang for me, but when I grew up, I began to sing. Yes.
Yeah, since this is not a talent somebody would want to lose, I'm interested in how you appease the Mbira spirit in case something happens. How do you go about it?
Yeah, in a ceremony they will tell you that you have lost your spirit. the ancestral spirit. They can tell you how to appease your spirit, and of course, they would ask you to like stop that bad behavior. But how is Mbira spirit appeased? We brew traditional beer, finger millet beer. Then we buy a piece of cloth called retso, which is red with prints of black and white. That one is used for the Mbira spirit. Then again, people then offer this Mbira to the spirits, and if you have done something bad before, they would ask for forgiveness on your behalf. Then people play Mbira and dance after the prayers is done. Yes. Any bad?
How did, yesterday I heard you giving one example of the song that has to do with kind of warrior song or something like that. How was this song, the warrior song, sung to incite people to go to war or such?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. There's a song we played called Chaitezvi. It was maybe played from the last, I think. It started right from the time when we had the national mediums like Mbira and Chamiluka. That was around 1890, 1880. So Mbira had actually encouraged people to go and fight the whites during that time. And she even said, don't fear those bullets, just go and fight them. So when she was now going to be hanged, because she was hanged together with Sekuka Gui, on her way, instead of being sorrowful, she went to be hanged singing joyfully, singing that song. So, and then she prophesied on her way that even if I'm going to die, keep on fighting. On this first Chimurega war, you are going to lose, but on the second one, you will win. So this is the song that we sing, they sang from that time to encourage the guerrillas to go and fight the British during that time. Yes.
Is Mbira only played in traditional healing songs, or is it incorporated in modern music in Zimbabwe now?
Yeah, now we have what we call modern Mbira or Mbira orchestra, where they would play this with guitars. And some have tuned their Mbiras, like we have the lead, we call soprano, alto, tenor, bass. And then they play traditional songs on those Mbiras. So the youngsters, they like that music so much. And we have also a famous musician who is now living in Thomas Mafumo, who played Mbira with guitars. And he was famous for that. And whenever people would go like to his concert, they would say, we are going for a ceremony to play Mbira. They'll be happy. And the way they'll be dancing as if they are in a ceremony. So young people like that so much. And some are even learning that type of Mbira. Yes.
It's quite interesting that you mentioned that, right? I just want to know that with the use of Mbira in like modern day orchestras, as you're saying, has that changed like the tuning of the instrument or anything?
Yes, it has changed. Traditionally, when we play, we don't tune our Mbiras to soprano, alto, tenor, bass. The tuning is the same, even for 2 players, for 3 players. But when you are playing the lead, it's more of the top notes and few basses. And when you are playing the backing one, it's more of the basses and few top notes. But the tuning is the same. But for the Mbira orchestra, they tune them like what I said. And also when they sing in harmony. And when we don't do that when they are doing traditional songs or in ceremonies, we don't do harmony. Yes.
You mentioned how when you went to missionary school, they wouldn't allow you to bring your career, right? Like, and you talked about before the Mbira there was the drums that people used to play. So I'm trying to figure out right now in Zimbabwe, for example, in Christian churches, do they allow the Mbira to be played up there, or is it basically primarily instrument?
Right. We have Roman Catholic. That one is no problem. Our tradition, our culture. It allows you to go to church, but at the same time appease your spirit. And in their, what they call the masses, they allow people to drum, they allow people to play gosho, the rituals, and they also allow people to dance. But we have apostolic sects which are emerging. They say no clapping because it's more like you're doing the traditional thing. No drumming because it's more like traditional thing. No rituals because it's more like traditional thing. Then we have Pentecostal churches. They play guitar, all the modern instruments, they do play that. But it is now, some of the pastors are saying it's like there's a revelation coming to them. They say in the Bible, it is also said, play your instruments, play your Mbiras, whatever their rituals when worshiping me. So they are saying if you can play this Mbira, but not play the traditional song, but try to figure out how the church songs will be played on Mbira, go ahead. This idea is coming from the Pentecostal churches, but not all of them. So they are somehow different on this issue. But one thing which is interesting, I told Tony in the afternoon. At the shrine, sacred shrine, early this year they were going in different provinces, making prayers so that there will be peace throughout in the country during the time of elections. So even the government knew that they were doing those prayers, so they even helped by providing cars to go to different places. So I joined them when they were going to Mashuran Central, to a place called Centenary, where there was a 1-week ceremony there asking for peace. There came also the apostolic sects where put on their white robes, and they said, since you are praying for peace, we will join you, but we will not be on your side, we will be on our side. Then the media said, let's go ahead because we are all crying for peace. So we played Mbira there. We had 3 people putting on their robes. They got possessed and came and joined us to where we were playing Mbira. And people laughed. So that shows somehow that the ancestral spirits have power on their people. And at the same time, when there is so much drought, those are the national spirits, they have that power to make rain. You find those apostolic sects coming to those leaders saying, oh, we are suffering. Now, do you want us to die? Please help us. Then they do their rainmaking ceremony, and usually during rainmaking ceremony, you'll be told to go back home because you get wet. In other words, there will be instant answers when they do their rainmaking ceremonies. And in those rainmaking ceremonies, I'm not allowed to attend that. They only like the elderly people, the elderly women who have passed the childbearing age. They say, we've seen a lot, but those ages, they say they are spiritually clean. So when they are praying for it, those are the ages they make. I have books which explains in detail how Mbira is used in different ceremonies and expected behavior, how traditional beer is brewed, and how funerals are conducted traditionally. And I also have the CDs. Thank you so much.
Thank you.